Cavatappi with asparagus and spinach pesto. Pasta, pasta, pasta. I can cook pasta every day of the week. We're gonna do cavatappi. You see it? And it looks just like a corkscrew, just like that. So, right in, salted water, boiling. I always tell you, just salted water enough, no oil, because if you put oil, then the sauce doesn't adhere to the pasta. So let's go and clean the asparagus. Asparagus, I have some ready. Just bend it and see where it tells you to crack it. Just peel a little bit, especially if they look tough. These look young, and we are going to cut it in pieces. And then what we'll do, we will add it to the pasta cooking water. We'll finish cooking with that and make the pesto in between, and we'll be done. So here we are. The asparagus are ready. Let's start the pesto. And you know, one of these is perfect to make a pesto. Garlic, yes, always a little bit of garlic. Toasted pistachio. Don't forget to toast your nuts before you use it in a pesto. We'll put parsley in there. And then spinach. And you know, you always are used to leafy spinach, sauteed and all that. Here I'll make a pesto with it. And that goes to tell you, you can make pesto, you know, with all different kinds of verdure. Put some salt, some peperoncino, and let's get the pesto going. Oil. Let me just check it out. The oil is the only dressing for the pasta, so don't be skimpy on the olive oil. Maybe another whirl and some more oil. Okay, so the pasta is cooking away, and at this point, I will throw in the asparagus and let it cook together. They're cooking together, and you can see the asparagus also. A few more minutes. So let's clean up, and we're gonna be ready to serve the pasta. Buongiorno, benvenuti. Comfortable in my library? I was waiting for you and for your questions. So here we go. So here is a message from Claire. And she says, I always feel like so much is wasted of the asparagus. Is there anything you can do with the widsy stems that are broken off? Of course, Claire. Take a mallet or something and just crack the stems that have been broken off. That can turn into a great base for an asparagus soup. Throw that in and add some carrots, and you make the base, and then you drain all of that out. Here you have the soup. And then in this soup, you can add rice and the top of the asparagus, so you're using everything. Also, you know, if you want to make a simple vegetable broth to have in your freezer, that's a good way to use the asparagus leftovers. So it looks like I have here a video from Nancy.
Hi, Lydia. My name is Nancy, and I have a question for you. My husband does most of the cooking, but when it's my turn in the kitchen, I always wondered if I should use kosher or regular salt for the pasta water. Tutti a tavolo a mangiare.
Brava, Nancy. Love your setting there. Salt is a big question, you know, and I get it often. Which salt should I use? Salt ranges from fine pouring salt to flakes, and each one in cooking has a different role. But for pasta cooking water, kosher salt is just fine, Nancy. Here is another email from Marian, and she writes, how can I save parsley if I'm not going to use it all right away? Thank you for your help. What I do is I pluck all of the tops, the stems of the parsley, I wash and I freeze, and those are for soup. Chopped parsley will last in the refrigerator 3-4 days. Then it begins to kind of turn color. When you pluck the leaves out of the stem, those will keep even 4 or 5 days. Good question, and I hope all of you out there are taking up these tips, and why don't you send me your questions? Thank you for being here. Ciao. Oh, the pasta is done. The asparagus are just right. The pesto is here, so straight in the bowl. You know, I always tell you, do not rinse your pasta. You can drain it. This spider here, inexpensive, but so efficient in the kitchen, especially when cooking pasta. Okay. We have the pesto on the bottom. Slowly, let's go all around. Oh, if you should smell the aroma here. Even the bees are coming around. They know what's good. Okay. So I'm looking. It's flowing pretty well. There's the pesto is enough. The pasta, I just picked it up. I didn't drain it completely, so it has a little bit of water in there. You should smell the aroma. I'm going to use pecorino, and pecorino is 100% sheep's milk. It's a very pronounced flavor. You know, grating fresh cheese is the best. And you know how I like to plate my food. I just let the food speak, let it flow. It's beautiful on its own. Beautiful to serve. Che bellezza. This is a nice mound of cavatappi with asparagus and pesto, spinach pesto. And how about Lidia? A little plate for Lidia. And this is beautiful. It's ready to serve. Let's do it. Che bellezza. And I would like to add a little more fresh cheese, like I told you. So if you put a little board with pieces of cheese in a grater and let your guest help themselves. Okay. Now, some cheese for me, for Lidia. Let me taste. It's fresh. You can taste the spinach, the crunchiness of the asparagus, the intensity of the pecorino cheese, and the pistachios underneath it all. It's really, really delicious. So, I certainly have enough. Come and join me here in my backyard. Tutti a tavola, a mangiare e bere, and salute. Pasta and all its different shapes and the possibility of all its different sauces and colorings that you can give to pasta are endless. Whether you begin with pasta, butter, and cheese, then you can evolve, then you can develop, then you can add the vegetables, then you can add the sauce. And the question is also not just to pour that sauce or whatever on top, it's to get the pasta involved in the absorption of the sauce. So have the sauce, take the pasta out, drain it, no rinsing, and put it right in the sauce. And I do that when the pasta is still al dente. So finishes cooking in the pan with the sauce. And what happens is that the pasta is absorbing the sauce and it tastes better, it finishes to cook, and you have a better presentation. You don't have that situation where you have a bowl, you have a mound of pasta, and the pasta has not absorbed the sauce in any way. So make sure that your pasta and the sauce are well married together, because then it's a complete sensation, it's a complete meal. Pasta is a great carrier of the sauce you're gonna put on it, and grandma is a great carrier of song right to the table.
Libiamo dei lieti cari. calici che la bellezza infiora. Libiamo dei lieti calici che la bellezza infiora. Libiamo dei lieti calici
e beviamo ancora.
ancora.
Salute, Cici,
Viva.
libiamo, nonna.